during this rainy season, although there is no rain. Today we are privileged and delighted to welcome our Chief Guest Honorable Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhury, MP, Bangladesh National Parliament. Our Chair Dr. Qazi Khaliquzzaman Ahmed, I think there is no need to say more about him. Special guest M.A. Mannan MP, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Planning, Government of Bangladesh. Guest of Honor, Professor Dr. M.D. Akhtaruzzaman, Vice Chancellor, University of Dhaka. Guest of Honor, Sanjeev Kumar Karan, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock, Nepal. Guest of Honor, Ramesh Singh, Country Director, KR Bangladesh. We are aware that the right to food is one of the fundamental human rights. The right to food refers to all human beings having the right to food that is available in sufficient amount, nutritious, culturally appropriate, and both physically and economically accessible. Since its inception in 2015, the Right to Food Bangladesh Network has worked to promote the right to food at the national and regional scales, involving over 1,000 organizations representing CSOs, FOs, NGOs, academia, grassroots organizations, and networking with regional like-minded organizations. This network is engaged in a whole range of activities, including as national level policy advocacy and campaigns on issues the food, rise to nutrition, the social safety net, safe food agriculture, and water. Meanwhile, numerous organizations from Asia and the Pacific region functioning on a national and worldwide scale get involved in the process both formally and informally. The FAO Council's human rights-based voluntary guidelines, the right to food, adopted in 2004, also include policy directions for action to fulfill the right to enough food in the context of national food security. Furthermore, it protects everyone's right to a dignified life free of hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition. In the framework of ensuring national food security, governments reaffirm their commitment to laying out a path for attaining the gradual realization of the right to adequate food in 2009. It is owed nothing and noting that many countries, particularly South Asian countries such as Nepal and India, have taken legislative initiatives such as putting the right to food in their constitutions or passing a framework law on the right to adequate food. It is evident that numerous stresses, including the COVID-19 pandemic, the conflict in Ukraine, climate change, the ecological crisis, and inequality impede efforts to combat hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition in all of its forms and make them difficult and uncertain. A person is reportedly dying from hunger every 4 seconds, according to a letter written by 75 international humanitarian organizations to the 77th UN General Assembly. It was coordinated by Oxfam International in 2022. In this respect, the unemployment and poverty has increased in number of countries. Additionally, food insecurity has worsened in several nations of Asia and the Pacific area, including Bangladesh, aggravating the food security and nutrition situation. This network has recognized that the fight against hunger is a global phenomenon. In the age of globalization and digitalization, as that no nation can handle the issue solely since food and its governance challenges are inextricably intertwined. We began our journey in 2015 with the SARC conference, which was launched by the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. It focused on context and perspective of Southern Asian regions in light of the realization of the right to food and the issues it is associated with. This year, Asia Pacific Right to Food and Agri-Food System Conference APRA 2023 will take place, blending the perspectives of the right to food and agri-food system and its governance. It is apparent that protecting food rights is intricately interviewed with the economic, environmental, social and cultural roles of agriculture and food, as well as the government's responsibility in realizing the right to food. It focuses on agriculture and food systems that will grow, produced, consumed, traded, transported, stored and marketed. This system includes peasants, indigenous peoples, traditional communities, fisher folk, mountain farmers, forest users and pastoralists, along with agriculture, fisheries, forestry, pastoral and aquaculture. It is widely accepted that family farming and agroecological methods and practices play a key role in addressing environmental issues like climate change as well as hunger and malnutrition. With the goal of support the sovereignty of food, eradicate poverty, create decent jobs, improve the management of natural resources, and simultaneously safeguard the environment and achieve